President Cyril Ramaphosa will officially open the second Intra-African Trade Fair in Durban today. The week-long trade fair aims to accelerate trade and investment on the continent. Let's cross to Durban, where Leanne Manas is standing by. Leanne, a very good morning to you. What can we expect this whole week?
Lebo, a very, very good morning to you and welcome, of course, to all the viewers here. So please excuse us while we've got lots of the workers coming through, getting everything ready and sorted for the start time. It starts at 8 o'clock this morning. And as you can imagine, there are so many things that need to be done. I mean, just getting in here was very, very difficult this morning. Obviously, there's so many restrictions because the president is expected to be talking at around about 11:30 this morning. So we, of course, as SABC will bring that to you live. But let's tell you a little bit more about what to expect, as Lebo said. And Lebo, it's so wonderful to have you with us this morning on this Monday morning, coming to us from the Joburg studio. So we're broadcasting from the Intra-African Trade Fair for 2021 from the convention centre here in Durban. Hive of activity, lots of people registered to participate and be here in many different ways. I mean, you've got heads of state from different African countries that will be here speaking. As I mentioned, our president as well speaking. All of this is to basically facilitate trade between the African countries, and obviously hosting it here in South Africa gives a lot of companies the opportunity to showcase what they have to offer for the rest of the continent. And I mean, I tell you, the things that are on display here, we'll take a look at it a little bit more in depth a bit later, but just to read some of it to you, I mean, some of the goods and services that will be here, we're talking from automotive to construction to the power engineering, footwear, leather and textiles, heavy industries, light manufacturing, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, information and communication technology, innovation, logistics, mining sectors. And one thing that I've noticed quite a bit of is there's some art that's on display as well, which I'm very, very happy about. At least we can showcase some of the beautiful artworks that we have and promote our artists here in the country. So these are just a couple of the things that I am witnessing and seeing on display here, and what they have got in store for us. So this is an initiative between, of course, the government and a lot of other partners, but getting a big, massive stamp of approval from the government here. We'll be talking, hopefully, to the Minister of Trade and Industry, Abraham Patel, a little bit later on in the program. Also, talking to the youth, because they're also going to be having quite a large participation in this. One of the guests that we will be talking to, hopefully still in this hour, I know he's a little bit stuck in, like I said to you, the protocol to get in here is quite strict. So we've got Tami Zondi from Youth Startup Verticals Plus One. That's a youth exhibitor, so we'll be chatting to them. Oh, good, the coffee's arrived. That's always a good thing. As I told you, you can see everybody setting up. So it's always one of the wonderful things about broadcasting first thing in the morning. You get to see the hustle and bustle of everybody as they start setting things up. But this is a very, very important fair, and something that certainly will be able to tap into what they're saying, a market, a massive market on the continent. I mean, we're talking about reaching in excess of 12 billion consumers just by working with the African continent. And this is something that unfortunately is sorely lacking but needs to be accelerated. And that is the deal, of course, when we talk about the Africa Free Trade Agreement. And that's something that is going to be a focal point of this gathering for this year. So there really is a lot that's going to be happening. This is taking place this entire week. So starting from 8 o'clock this morning throughout the entire week. And we, of course, as the SABC will be bringing you all of the highlights, but we thought as Morning Live to kick it off right in the beginning so that we can give you an understanding as to what to expect for the week ahead. All right, we're going to take a break here on the program. When we return, hopefully we'll be joined by our first guest, Tami, who will be talking to us from the youth perspective to find out what their hopes are.